Offshore banking sounds fascinating. I mean, who wouldn't be attracted by the idea of stashing their money in a faraway, exotic place? But it raises some big questions. Is it all legal and above board? Or are we stepping into a shady world of financial tricks? Well, that depends on how you use it. When done right, offshore banking is just like having an account at your local bank. But if you misuse it, it can attract people with the wrong intentions, making Bond villains look like puppies. However, regular people like us shouldn't be scared away from it. In fact, it's a very important part of modern financial know-how, because this is what has made people old money. Now, let's break down offshore banking step by step, exploring the good, the bad, and the luxury of it all. So, let's get started. The basics of offshore banking. Back in the late 19th century, that's when offshore banking started to shape up. You see, as the financial world grew up and global trade expanded, banking had to evolve with it. In the old days, banking was simple. You just walk down to your local bank, stash your cash, take out a loan, or make some basic investments. Easy. But as the world got smaller, a new kind of banking came into play: offshore banking. Now, so what's offshore banking, you may ask? Well, it's like doing your regular banking, but in a foreign country, and it comes with some cool perks, like tax advantages, extra privacy, and better protection for your assets. Think of it as traditional banking with a dash of complexity and a few hidden opportunities. The idea is that you can park your money in a foreign bank that offers you better deals than your home turf. Jumping ahead to the early 20th century, places like Switzerland and Luxembourg were where offshore banking really started to take off. These spots became hotbeds for offshore activity. They were known for their financial privacy, strong rules, and a safe haven for your money. Governments step offshore. But ladies and gentlemen, that's not all. In the 1960s, governments became interested in offshore accounts, not just the super rich. These accounts allowed governments to conduct secret transactions quietly. Places like the Cayman Islands and Singapore gained prominence for their friendly regulations and tax benefits. And by the 1970s, banks like UBS and Credit Suisse were big names in offshore banking. Even state entities like the CIA used offshore accounts for undercover activities. The rich and the offshore empire. Now, fast forward to the 1980s, and offshore banking had become quite a sophisticated world. Wealthy folks were flocking to offshore accounts. And why wouldn't they? These accounts offered protection for their assets, sweet tax benefits, and the cloak of financial privacy. They were on a mission to spread their wealth across different countries, making it less vulnerable to local political and economic turbulence. That's when financial advisors and offshore consultants became superheroes for the wealthy. They were essential in helping the rich navigate the complex waters of global finance. Offshore banking wasn't just about safeguarding wealth, it was starting to be seen as a way to create even more wealth. These advisors worked their magic, helping clients minimize their tax bills, diversify their assets, and uncover exciting global investment opportunities. In the mid-1990s, governments often turned a blind eye to offshore accounts because some powerful individuals were calling the shots. This made it tricky for governments to crack down on offshore banking. Accessibility and future outlook. Around 2000, middle-income individuals could access offshore banking, but it wasn't always the best choice for everyone due to fees and costs. Tax breaks and asset protection might not outweigh the expenses for those without heavy investments. Today, offshore banking is changing. Regulations promote transparency in international finance. Governments, financial institutions, and international bodies aim to legitimize offshore banking. It's becoming more accessible, but also requires responsibility and awareness. In conclusion, offshore banking is a complex and evolving part of finance. It has its pros and cons, and its future is uncertain as it faces questions about its purpose and ethics. Governments are working to regulate it, and it's becoming more accessible. What do you think about offshore banking? Is it a way for the rich to avoid taxes? Or is it a legitimate financial strategy? Let us know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to watch our video on how tax haven took over the world. Let's catch up there. Till then, take care.